Do you think it's okay for a man to have multiple girlfriends?
Yes, but it depends.
We met a doctor yesterday that sees 110 patients a day.
Wow. Do venture capitalists make a shit ton of money or they lose a lot?
She slid into my LinkedIn DMs one day, and
This
she
is a LinkedIn DM?
yeah.
Had sex too early.
What age did you start? How much have you spent on mentorship in the past couple years?
About 200K.
I'm the king of work hard, play hard.
We're here in Miami, Brickell, doing interviews in the streets. We're asking people amazing questions to inspire you guys, to inspire the youth. So support this channel, subscribe to the channel, like and comment. If you want some questions that you want us to ask in the streets, let us know. Let's go. What do you do for work?
Venture capital. I look for early stage companies to invest in or scale up and do consulting work.
So how many companies that you invest in actually make it?
Probably about like 10, 15%.
Really?
Yeah.
So out of 100 companies, only 10 to 50 make it?
Yeah, it's a low success rate.
Do venture capitalists make a shit ton of money or they lose a lot?
Oh, you lose some and you win some, but the goal is obviously to make money.
What are 3 red flags that you see in a company say, this is not for me?
Big red flag is if there's not the right people on the team, like there's a missing gap, like there's not a finance person or something like that. It's just not a right market fit for whatever the strategy.
I love it. So what are 3 things you look for in a company that say, I want to invest in this business?
A good team, a good plan, a good market, and a bigger market that they're going after.
When you say the right team, what does that mean? Someone that's watching this, they're a brand new entrepreneur trying to sell their product or service. They don't know what right team means. What would that mean?
A finance person, you need to have an operations person, you need to have a marketing person. And a lot of times if you don't have at least one of those things, unless the plan accommodates hiring that with the funding, then it's not a good sign.
What are the common mistakes you see them making when it comes to hiring and building out their team?
I think a lot of them are, not really getting into, their personalities and how they work well together because, they might have good experience, but they may not mesh with everybody.
I was a GI doctor, gastroenterology, 50 years.
What's the #1 mistake you made in your life that you can say that you actually learned from?
My education, I should have gone for higher institutions, probably, but I did well anyways.
And you being a doctor, what is the #1 lesson you got from, your experience and work?
I learned from mistakes I did early in my practice. We're so concerned with making lots of money in medicine. You can still make lots of money, but still take care of the people. We met a doctor yesterday that sees 110 patients a day.
Wow.
How can you do good work doing that? Just do the right thing. You feel good, you make enough money, you don't have to do dishonest things. It's very important, yes.
Why do you think that most hospitals and doctors, they don't care about people? So I feel like sometimes when you go to a hospital, they don't really care about you. You're just a number that's processing through.
The drug companies, they're just out to make a buck. There's no doubt. It's disturbing. You can still make a buck, but have a little empathy and heart.
So let me ask you a question. What made you say, I want to go on a date with her?
She slid into my LinkedIn DMs one day, and she
This is a LinkedIn DM?
yeah, she was spitting good riz on me. Had to set up a meeting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Meeting.
How long you guys been together?
1 month.
What's the #1 thing you guys are excited about in your relationship?
We're going on a cruise tomorrow, a rave cruise.
You guys are young, 21, 22. Are you guys thinking about marriage or you guys just thinking about having a good time?
I mean, I don't do anything without thinking about the long term, so I don't date just for fun.
I love that. What about yourself?
You gotta think about both. You can't waste time.
So what made you guys think that at 21, 22 when everyone else is not thinking about that? What's so different about you guys?
I mean, I guess you just kind of know when you know. Like, I don't know, I just go with my gut. I'm like, okay, this is how I feel. It doesn't matter what age I am. I could feel this now, or I could feel this when I'm like 40. So if I feel it now, then I should just do it.
I think we both have a lot of ambition. We want bigger things, and so we're both serious and very like-minded, so we get along really well. They always just say that the person you marry is the most important decision you make in your life, so don't mess it up.
I mean, you're hanging out on LinkedIn, so of course you're ambitious, right?
Of course, obviously.
What's the #1 mistake you made when you were younger that you could tell young people now that they shouldn't make?
Had sex too early.
What age did you start?
Before I could spell my name,
So why was that a mistake in your opinion?
because I didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? It was just acting out of physicality.
So some of the young folks that are watching this, they're acting out of physicality. What would you tell them right now?
They have anybody that they would really look up to, people who have strong moral ethics and listen at their advice. In the long run, they'll be glad they did. You don't get guidance, you'll fall in those pitfalls. A whole lot of different things, sex, drugs, the whole nine.
I love it. So for those that are continuously making that mistake, they want to change, but they just have a hard time because they're addicted. What would you tell them?
For me, I'm a person of faith, so I would tell them to really get in touch with their spiritual selves. For me, it's Christianity. For others, it may be they need to get some professional help. There's nothing wrong with that, to seek professional help, professional guidance, persons out there that could help in that regard.
Right now we have amazing questions and amazing answers. So listen, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a solid, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you want us to ask some more questions, let us know. But we got some more people to talk to. Let's go.
I buy products low at trade shows, and then I sell them on Amazon.
Interesting. So how does someone get into your industry and actually make a killing in your opinion?
Find a mentor that's already doing it. I have some guys that have been doing it for over 20 years. We've been programmed to think that going to school for 4 years to make a six-figure salary is the way to life. It's not. It's much better to go, and even if you get scammed, I mean, pay enough mentors, you will make it. I dropped out of school in my first 3 months. I was making 10, 20K a month.
How much have you spent on mentorship in the past couple of years?
About 200K.
You spent $200,000 on your education.
Yeah.
What do you do for work? And what is the number one tip that you learned?
Exposure, getting around the right people. Proximity is power. A lot of times the mentorship that you buy isn't even good, but the thing that I get from it is I don't think that anyone's better than me. So when I get around guys that make more money than me, I'm like, fuck, they're not better than me, so I can do it too. So even if you don't get that much actual practical knowledge from it, just the exposure of seeing other young guys that are crushing life will ultimately help you level up quickly. It's my personal opinion that if anyone truly is pounding it for even 3 months, you're going to see the results you want to see.
Me and a man are dating, and he randomly sometimes sleeps with other women. I'm not bothered by that because they don't get what I get.
Do you think it's okay for a man to have multiple girlfriends?
Yes, but it depends.
Depends on what?
It depends on their status. It depends how they treat you. I feel like sex for men and sex for women is different.
Why would someone not agree with this as a woman?
Women do kind of crave that monogamous feel, but again, I feel like it's because men and women are different.
So which type of man can actually deserve this kind of lifestyle, so to say, in your opinion?
The more high value men, I feel like, get this. You have to be able to give a certain lifestyle, and you also have to be treating them respectfully. It should be known that you are in the picture, these other girls should know that.
So are you okay with being number 2 in his list?
No, number 1 or nothing.
So you wouldn't mind if a guy has multiple girlfriends as long as he's not emotionally connecting with them?
Now, if he started giving her emotional treatment and taking care of her in a monetary or emotional way, I think that's cheating. I feel like men, sex is just sex to them, but to women, sex is very emotional. So if...
What do you do for work, boss?
I'm a VP for JP Morgan.
How did you become a VP of JP Morgan?
Kind of fell into it, a little bit of luck. I feel like a little bit of ambition, I started in a branch, worked my way up.
What are some tips for someone that's watching us to become successful like you did?
Work hard, wait for the right opportunity, always be mindful of opportunities that come up, and don't be afraid to take a jump. Even if you feel like you're not qualified, the best way to learn is being on the job and doing it.
Let me ask you a question. What are the toughest struggles that you went through in your life that actually helped you become a better you, which helped you become a VP?
I had a really hard time. Don't have a college degree. Not really that I didn't want one, but it's just my circumstances didn't allow me to do that. I was a caregiver for my grandparents and other things. It's not a handicap. You just have to learn how to adapt, put yourself around good people, smarter people than you, and be willing to take good advice.
Did your family life suffer because you had to focus on your career?
Absolutely not. I'm the king of work hard, play hard. I always keep a balance and find joy in the little things you have every day. Life is not all about work. It's not all about play, but if you have a good balance of both, you'll have a good balanced life.
Listen, we had an amazing time today shooting content, asking questions, getting amazing answers, and so far we've been having amazing reviews from you guys. So do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We need your support. We're trying to get to 100,000 plus subscribers right now. We're doing amazing on Instagram and TikTok, but for some reason on YouTube, we need your support, we need your help. So until next time, see you guys in the next video.